Hello there, friends and family, and hopefully new friends. Um, I'd just like to do a video today on what's happening with our farmland. Now, it's all around the world, so, it affects everybody. Um, I got the idea for this video from the Inspired channel with John Nolan, and he's interviewing David Icke, and Christiane Northrup, and, all kinds of really interesting people. It's a very good channel. So this is what he's talking about. He says he thinks that in 6 months, from what he can gather, and it might vary. It depends on, our collective consciousness. It depends on whether, more and more people are becoming aware, and more and more people are raising their vibration, their frequency, what the timeline is. So never take a time or a timeline too seriously. There's a lot of factors that play into it. Now, one of the problems is soil depletion. There's lack of minerals in the soil, which impacts our food. It's not as healthy. Now, many people have said that the food doesn't taste the same as when they were kids growing up. The food just doesn't have the flavor. I'm thinking of corn and tomatoes, the big ones that pop into my mind. Of course, it's bread and everything. Nothing's the same, it seems. So we're not getting the minerals that we should from our food. And it used to be, when I first went to college back in the 70s, they said that we didn't really need supplements, because the food was good. But now we have GMOs and, Frankenfood, they used to call it when it first came out. I haven't heard that in a long time, but I remember it. So that's why we have to take supplements now. And please take supplements. Take your minerals. I didn't do it for a while because I was taking lots of stuff, D3 and C, for obvious reasons, within the last 2.5 years. But then I was getting very tired. I started taking my mineral supplements, and I perked up. The third thing is that we have to be aware of China and Bill Gates buying farmland, and they're leaving it fallow, which means they're not farming it. They're just letting it go. Now, why would they buy farmland and do that? I can think of a couple reasons. Why is diesel fuel a shortage? Why is, it just put the pieces of the puzzle together. Also, try to save heirloom seeds, it's called. You can find them online. People are saving seeds, and they call them heirloom because it's been through generations. Maybe their grandparents or great grandparents were saving seeds, and they'll plant those seeds and take seeds from the plants there, and it goes down generational. Because GMO seeds, it's the only thing you can buy right now, or they don't replicate at all. So try to get yourself some heirloom seeds if you're going to have a garden. Now, I didn't know it. I've always had a garden, but except for when I lived in this house, because the soil just isn't any good, and things weren't growing. So I've started, storing some food and stuff. Think about it. Or, you can have a community garden. There's a couple empty lots in my neighborhood, and if things get tight, I'm going to suggest, we all pitch in and take care of it. That's another thing. I mean, I don't have to grow it on my land. This is a community, small community, about 120 homes. So, there's enough for everyone to do. And we've got to trust each other not to take more than our fair share. So there should be a committee or some kind of an organization. But it's doable. It's doable. Okay, save staples. The sixth thing. save flour, water, stuff like that. Save the things you need. And I don't like dried milk, but I've got a thing of it just in case. Small thing of it. Make sure you have beans, rice, something vegetable like somehow that you can take. Either I have a powder mixture that you mix with water. Which brings me to another point. Filter your water. Now, I'm not affiliated in any way with this company. They hardly know I exist, except they send me emails with sales items at Berkey, Berkey, Berkey. I got a tabletop one, which you pour in the water. I do it the night before so I can have filtered coffee, filtered water for my coffee in the morning. So it takes a while for it to filter down. I have the one that is especially, it's a little extra money, but it filters out fluoride. Now, why did they put fluoride in the water? Well, they told you that they put fluoride in the water because it would help your teeth. Okay. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I didn't really research it, but I know for one thing, it calcifies your pineal gland. Now, why would they want to calcify your pineal gland? Because the pineal gland is shaped like a pine cone. That's what they call it. That your pineal gland, it's in the top of your head, and it's a direct connection with God, actually, with spirit, with whatever word you want to use, the universe. We're all connected. So yeah, that's why they do it. I've noticed an increase in ESP, let's call it, or just inspiration or intuition or all that good stuff. I've noticed a big increase in it. And over the years, I think I've had the filter 4, 5 years. So I've been continually filtering it. There's 2 black regular water filters on the top, and then there's white ones on the bottom, which are the fluoride filters. And I can notice it. I mean, I've had the thing, like I said, maybe 45 years. I haven't changed the filters yet, even recommended more often. I don't want to spend the money. But I can smell it when I pour the water. I have a pitcher behind it for extra water. When I take it from the faucet, I can smell the fluoride in the water. And then I pour it into the Berkey, and then when it comes out, I don't smell it anymore. So I know it's still working. But just clean it, clean them up, every now and then. They're really not that expensive. They're 100 something. But anyway, the other thing about water is Dr. Mayoto, back in the 60s, he did an experiment with water where he had jars of water. One, he sent love and gratitude into the jars, and the water formed these beautiful crystals. Am I saying his name Mayoto? I think that's right. And the other jar of water, he sent hate, anger, fear, all the low vibrational things, right? And it was just like, there's actual pictures online that you can find. There's no symmetry. There's no beauty in it. It's a hodgepodge of stuff. So yeah, that's another thing about water. Well, let's get back to farmland. Also, it's my 7th point. The Netherlands is threatening to buy farms or else take them by force. There's so many stringent rules that they're putting on farmers too. The ones that, it's another tactic that they're using, that they can't really do it now. there were protests. Um, you know, maybe you've heard about the tractors blocking roads and stuff like that. It's really happening. I feel bad for them. I haven't heard lately whether they're still protesting or did the government put a stop to it. I haven't heard lately. If you know, please put it in the comments below where I can find it. Eighth point, there's already food rationing in places, and they use the excuse that, you know, there's not enough gas for the, you know, for the farmers to put in their tractors. They use the excuse that, you know, the reason why there's not enough gas is because of Russia. We all know that's BS. And, you know, so the United States, as an example that I know of, shut down the PIPELI. And I imagine if this country's doing it, other countries are doing it too, creating a false shortage. Now, in the 70s, I remember there were odd and even license plates, and you could only go on certain days. Yes, and all this nonsense. I hope that doesn't come back. It's a real pain in the butt. And it lowers people's vibration. I mean, that's, you know, they like that. They like the blue shit's called. I'm only going to say that once. Ninth point. Also, they're promoting. Well, first of all, they're saying that cattle should get vaccinated. What do you think that's going to do? Should put this. And then I've seen videos. I can't. Of celebrities eating bugs. They think we're so enraptured of these people. They're such role models. They're the beautiful people. They're the people we should look up to. Oh my. We see them eating bugs. Well, why do they eat bugs? Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, so they're coming out with it, and I forget the word that they use. Darn it, I didn't write it down. On the label. Gotta look at the labels. It's not gonna say crickets, it's not gonna say bugs. There's another word. Please, again, if you know what it is, please put it in the comments below. They grind them up into a flour. It's like using just about anything that has flour. Your cake, your, you know. Yeah. That's, and if you don't know the secret word, you know, you're not gonna be able to find it. I'll try to find it. I'll put it in the comments below. I came across it on Telegram. But Telegram isn't as easy to use as Twitter, and I'm back on Twitter for obvious reasons. And I'll ask there because a lot more people see your questions and stuff like that. So I'll let you know. They're also making plant-based meat, fake meat in a laboratory. I don't trust anything that's made in a laboratory, including this thing. Nothing. I want fresh, natural, organic. You see? I get my stuff from Patriot Companies. It's an electrolyte drink. So, yeah. You can find them. I won't, maybe in a future video, I'll tell you what I use. I use Melaleuca. That company is all Patriots. And they deliver so fast. They're like Amazon within 2 days. I believe it. There's some things I like better than others, and I repeat order monthly. And I could be affiliated with them maybe, but as of now, I'm not. Oh, and the fake meat in the lab has no nutritional value. Surprise! Surprise! I wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah, try to get, I know, I'm being really smart. Mm, try to get self-sufficient as much as you can. Now, in our house, we've got a lot of food saved up. Um, I would suggest, well, it's still available. We've been for the past 2 years just getting a little extra every week. Just a can here and there, hit can sale, whatever. Um, I'm doing this, warning people about this, because I feel in my heart, in my conscience, that if I don't warn people of what I know and just take care of myself and my family, they don't comply with their plan. No, I can't. I can't leave my fellow humans to fend for themselves without warning. I mean, they are trying to keep us from talking to each other. They're trying so hard not to let the information get out there. And that's why I love the twit so much. Now, but there's still Google and there's still Facebook. I'm praying. You're seeing this and you're a billionaire. Would you buy those companies, please? Oh man, the censoring is unreal. I've even had some people on Twitter, like Telegram is like preaching to the choir. Everybody went there when they got kicked off Twitter and everything, and the people I follow are, but on Twitface, they actually get people saying, "Wow, was there really that much censoring? Wow, Hunter Biden's laptop was real. Wow." So it's a very good thing. Yeah, it just lost the screen for a minute there. Yeah, it's a very good thing. I'm very happy about that. And another thing I'm going to say, it's something that's important, very important for you to think about, is your children and grandchildren. Look what they're doing to them. What kind of world do we leave our children and grandchildren and beyond? What kind of world? We're in the front. You've got to fight this. We're in the front lines. This is a war. Make no mistake about it. It's a spiritual war. It's good versus evil. Evil. Poor eagles. It's good versus evil. It's the book of Armageddon in the Bible. Plain and simple. It's hard to understand it, but there's some areas that are quite easy to understand, really. It's very symbolic. They use angels instead of what I think they really are. ETs, extraterrestrials. They can't interfere in free will, and that's all over, especially the New Testament about free will. They can't interfere. It's like the prime directive in Star Trek. They can't interfere with it, but they do things. They help us get information. I believe, I've heard it several places, and I can't prove it, that they're shutting down nuclear bombs. They won't let a nuclear explosion go off. And that's because it affects them too. It affects the whole universe. And that's when they've probably always been around. I mean, I've seen pictures of, in medieval times, of spaceships in the sky. And of course, there's, the ancient Ezekiel prophecy. Yeah, so they've been around, but when Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened, they were like, we're going to do something. And as more people become aware of what's going on, it raises your frequency. They like us nice and negative. Because they're basically, the evil ones are basically narcissists. And they're an ET race too, a lot of them. Narcissists feed off the negative energy of people. The vibrations are high. They don't got no food, they're starving. They're starving. And that's basically it. If there's any questions, since not too many people watch my videos yet, I'll try to answer questions in the comments below to get, for now, that's what I'll do. All right, people, I hope you like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe. Right now, I'm only putting it out about one a week or so. I hope to increase frequency. I work a job, take care of the house, I get busy. So if you can, hit that like, share, and subscribe, and make me unemployed or self-employed. All right, take care.